Match day 15 TCC League action saw Sporting Lagos take on Atlantic Business at the Legacy pitch in Surulere, with the two sides looking for a victory. For Atlantic Business, it was imperative for them to get on to what had been an interesting start to 2026. And Avon lost the last game against Dino. They were looking to bounce back. For Sporting Lagos, it was simply a case of continuing what had been an interesting run. Avon won 2 straight. The opportunities come for the two sides, and it was the visitors who looked the more threatening in the opening exchanges. However, the hosts were quick to also create chances of their own, and they would soon have the advantage they so badly craved. Well-worked opportunity, with Cornelius finding the top corner. Sporting Lagos' early advantage proved to be very important, and they continued to ride on it. But their visitors were not going to lay down, and they would continue to create chances that would make the hosts iffy and fidgety. It would soon get them where they would want as well, with the goalkeepers making strong calls, and despite strong demonstrations from the coaches, Atlantic Business continued to dominate, and soon they'd find their equaliser that they'd so badly claimed. A turnover in the middle of the park would prove very, very costly, but before that, it would be Sporting Lagos who would almost get a second goal. A shot across the face of goal gathered cleanly, and soon there would be the goal that everyone wanted to see. After what appeared to be a well-worked ball in behind the Atlantic Business defence, Sporting Lagos, thinking they had the second goal, they were unable to find it, as a strong defending kept them at bay once again. A 1-goal advantage into the half-time break was what Sporting Lagos would hold against their opponents, and for Atlantic Business it was a lot to think about at half-time. The second half would be more of the same from the visitors, who sought an equaliser that would turn the game around. However, Sporting were the one who flew out to the blocks and straight into the driver's seat, looking for a second goal. A quick ball into the outlet would find an opportunity as he danced into the box, and after crossing, Wahab would make a strong save. Sporting continued to find the spaces and the gaps in behind, but they were not converting them into goals. And soon they would question whether they would do that, with strong saves putting them just 1 goal ahead. But Atlantic Business would find what they were looking for sooner than later, and after what was a cheeky set-piece routing, and despite the hands being raised, it was an equaliser from Alimi. Delightful cross to the back post, met by a cushioned effort to make it 1-1. With the game tied at 1-1, it was now a question of if Sporting were going to get the winner, but it was Atlantic Business who looked the more dangerous. The referee, of course, would point to the spot shortly after for a foul inside the box. A quick discussion with his assistant would confirm it, and Donald Godwin would get the opportunity to complete the turnaround. The TCC League top scorer would find the bottom corner to make it 2-1. Donald getting into his groove. A 2-1 advantage proving extremely important. This is 12th goal in 15 matches in the league this season, would prove extremely pivotal. Sporting punished already for all those missed opportunities, but that would be all, with Atlantic Business walking out of Lagos with 3 points.